Aging is a natural part of life, but the way we age is largely shaped by our choices, behaviors, and mindset. As people grow older, some habits begin to take root, habits that can make others feel uneasy, even if no one ever says it out loud. These are the behaviors that family, friends, and even caregivers notice, but often avoid mentioning out of respect, guilt, or discomfort. In this video, we're going to explore 12 ugly habits that tend to show up in old age, habits that push people away, create unnecessary tension, and slowly erode the dignity and warmth that should accompany elder years. These are hard truths, not to criticize the elderly, but to create awareness. Because wisdom in old age isn't just about knowing more, it's about having the courage to grow, even at 70, 80, or beyond. Let's begin. 1. Constant complaining. Many older individuals fall into the habit of constant complaining, about the weather, the news, their health, the government, and especially younger generations. While it's natural to vent occasionally, constant negativity can drain the energy of everyone around. It becomes difficult for loved ones to visit or spend time with someone who only focuses on what's wrong. What's often misunderstood is that this behavior isn't always intentional. It can come from pain, fear, or loneliness. But over time, it pushes people away. To age gracefully, one must learn the art of gratitude and the discipline of choosing optimism, even when life gets tough. 2. Giving unsolicited advice. With age comes experience, but sometimes, that experience turns into a need to advise everyone, all the time. Whether it's about parenting, careers, relationships, or even fashion, unsolicited advice can feel patronizing or invasive. What's worse, it often comes from a place of, "I know better," which can be off-putting to those trying to find their own path. The truth is, wisdom is most powerful when shared through listening and gentle support. Not by lecturing or dominating every conversation. Elders who ask, "Would you like my advice?" are often welcomed. Those who assume their advice is always needed, are not. 3. Refusing to listen. Many older adults feel unheard, but ironically, they stop listening themselves. Interrupting others, dominating conversations with personal stories, or dismissing the opinions of younger people sends a silent message: what you think doesn't matter. This habit creates an emotional gap. When younger family members don't feel heard or respected, they gradually disengage. The fix is simple but powerful: ask questions, listen without interrupting, and show genuine interest in what others are saying. Listening is a gift. And when given freely, it builds bridges instead of walls. 4. Romanticizing the past too much. Talking about the past is natural, it's where many cherished memories live. But some elders overdo it. Constantly saying things like, "back in my day," or "everything was better before," can make the present feel small and the listener feel criticized. This habit often reflects a resistance to change. The world evolves, and so do people. Respecting the present while honoring the past creates a balance. Elders who stay curious about new ideas, technologies, and cultures tend to connect better with younger generations, and are remembered with affection, not annoyance. 5. Being overly critical. It often starts subtly, a comment on someone's weight, their job, their parenting style. But over time, it becomes a habit. Older people who constantly point out flaws in others end up creating an atmosphere of judgment. They may say, "I'm just being honest," but truth without kindness is often just cruelty in disguise. The problem is, many people start avoiding them. Not because they're old, but because they make others feel small. The habit of harsh judgment robs a person of their empathy and isolates them from relationships. Constructive feedback has a place, but only when it's asked for, and wrapped in compassion. 6. Playing the victim. Some elderly individuals fall into a pattern of martyrdom, constantly reminding others of the sacrifices they've made, how little they're appreciated, or how no one cares about them anymore. This emotional manipulation often backfires. Instead of bringing people closer, it makes them feel guilty, resentful, or exhausted. Relationships thrive on mutual respect, not obligation or guilt. Elders who express their needs clearly, without guilt-tripping others, maintain healthier and more joyful connections. Everyone wants to feel needed and loved, but not by being made to feel like a constant disappointment. 7. Refusing help while complaining about being alone. Here's a paradox many families face: an elderly parent refuses help, insists they can manage everything themselves, but then complains about being neglected or abandoned. This creates confusion and frustration. Adult children want to help, but feel rejected. At the same time, they carry the emotional burden of guilt. Accepting help doesn't mean giving up independence, it means recognizing that life is better when shared. Pride often stands in the way, but letting others in, whether it's to cook a meal, drive to the doctor, or just keep company, can transform relationships. Vulnerability in old age is not weakness. It's wisdom. 8. Clinging to control. Aging often comes with a loss of control, over the body, over routines, even over finances. In response, some elders tighten their grip wherever they can. They may try to control their children's decisions, their spouse's habits, or their caregivers' routines. But control breeds tension. It erodes trust and creates power struggles. What's most needed in old age is surrender, the ability to accept change with grace and to trust others with parts of life that can no longer be managed alone. Those who learn to let go, find peace. Those who try to control everything, often find themselves alone. 9. Isolating themselves and blaming others for it. As we age, social circles shrink. But isolation is sometimes self-imposed. Some elderly individuals stop attending gatherings, stop answering calls, and then complain that no one visits them. It becomes a cycle: withdraw, then blame. What's important to understand is that connection requires effort at any age. Picking up the phone, sending a message, joining a community group, these simple acts open the door to companionship. A closed door sends a message too. If you push people away, eventually, they'll stay away. Being proactive in maintaining relationships is one of the strongest signs of emotional intelligence in old age. 10. Being ungrateful or entitled. Many families try hard to care for their elderly loved ones, physically, emotionally, and financially. But when these efforts are met with entitlement instead of gratitude, it creates silent wounds. Saying, "thank you," seems small, but it carries immense weight. Elders who show appreciation are remembered with love. Those who always expect more, or complain about what they're given, leave a trail of resentment. It's not about settling for less. It's about acknowledging the love and sacrifice others make. Gratitude is the language of the soul, and it grows more powerful with age. 11. Rejecting all new ideas or changes. Technology, social norms, communication styles, everything evolves. But some older people outright reject anything new, often dismissing it as nonsense or ruining the world. This attitude creates a disconnect, especially with younger generations. It makes conversation difficult, and relationships rigid. Being open to learning, even at 80, sends a powerful message: I'm still growing. Curiosity is the antidote to bitterness. You don't have to adopt every new idea. But respecting them, being willing to learn, and adapting where possible, keeps the mind sharp and the heart young. 12. Becoming cynical about everything. A lifetime of disappointments can harden the heart. Some elders become deeply cynical, believing that people are selfish, the world is doomed, and nothing good ever happens anymore. This worldview can poison every conversation. It not only makes others uncomfortable, it creates a feedback loop of bitterness. Hope is a choice. And choosing to believe that life still holds beauty, that people are still kind, and that tomorrow might surprise us, this is the spirit that keeps the soul alive, no matter the age. Cynicism may feel like wisdom, but it often masks fear and unresolved grief. Choosing faith over fear is a radical act in old age. And a noble one.